Hey everybody, the Oblivion Remaster is out. It's been out for a few days now, and I just kind of wanted to make a video talking about my opinions, my thoughts on the remaster as a whole, because I have talked about it quite a bit on Discord with a lot of you guys, but a lot of people aren't on Discord, and I haven't really talked about it that much on YouTube at all. Like, I think in one of my Fallout videos, I talk about it for a few minutes, but other than that, I haven't really given my opinion. So, yes, I do want to do a playthrough of Oblivion Remaster. There's actually a lot of things I kind of want to do with it. But I downloaded it through Game Pass because I was still subscribed, and at the time, I didn't really see any reviews. So I was just thinking, well, instead of buying it, I could just play it this way for free, check it out, and also see if my computer could run it, because apparently a lot of people are having issues with running the game on PC. Like, there's a lot of crashes and frame issues. So I just wanted to test it out, but thankfully I haven't had really any issues. Now, I can't play the game on ultra settings, which is insane to me that I can't run Oblivion at max settings. I never thought I would have ever said that, but I can't. My computer is a little outdated. My parts are about 6 years old or so. I can run it on medium settings, and I do get around like 60 FPS outside, and then, you know, sometimes there's like frame drops to like 40 and sometimes 30 when there's a lot of stuff going on. But indoors or in like caves or whatever, it's usually like 80 plus. So it's pretty good. Like, I think that's very playable. I don't think that's bad at all. Now, obviously, it's an Unreal Engine game. Well, technically it's two engines, but it's using Unreal Engine 5. And Unreal Engine 5, every game that seems to be made with this engine, it does two things, all right? One is it takes a lot of memory, and then two, it doesn't run that well, at least for a while. There's always people that have issues. I have an NVIDIA graphics card. I have friends that I know that have AMD, and for some reason AMD cards were having like a harder time running the game. I think they put out updates to fix it, but other than that, like, performance was pretty good. And that was one of the reasons why I haven't done a Let's Play yet, is because I was gonna make a character and I was gonna use that character to kind of test it out to see if I could even run the game. And that's the crazy thing about this remaster, is it's so good that my test character that I made to just kind of like test out the performance, and I've been playing so much of it, and it has brought back the nostalgic feeling of playing Oblivion for the first time back when I was a kid on the PS3. The same nostalgic, like, wonder feeling that I got, I'm kind of getting it again, but in like a new way. And I wasn't expecting that to happen. Now, I was very excited for the remaster. I'd been keeping up with the leaks and the rumors and all that. I made a video months ago talking about it, so you guys know. But I really like this. I feel like everybody's opinion is that it's a really great remaster, and all I can say is the only things I don't like about it are things that I don't even hate. Like, there's literally nothing I hate about it, which is crazy. I've spent hours playing it, and it's the only thing that kind of bugged me for like a little bit was there are some NPCs and some characters that have new voice actors, and the voice actors are great, but I kind of missed them having those older voices because it was like just more funny. It's mainly the beggars. Like, a lot of the beggars, they're not like super over the top like they used to be in the original. Like, the people that are like, "Thank you, kind sir," and "Blessings of my star upon the extender," you know, like those things from the original. Like, I haven't really found that with a beggar. It's usually more like serious, which is great. Like, they're doing a great job. There's this one guy, you can tell they added this one dude who's like British, and because he's voicing like a ton of different characters, and they added a new line where the way he says hello there, it sounds like Obi-Wan from Star Wars. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's like the only gripe I've had. And then some of the models of the characters, which I like what they did, that was probably my biggest concern, was would they be able to like kind of capture the weird, goofy character style? I think they did do that. Now, obviously, everything as a whole has been like kind of updated. I saw somebody talk about how like the art design in this one is kind of closer to the Elder Scrolls Online than it is Skyrim or old school Oblivion. And I kind of agree with that. It's kind of like closer to that, but that's not bad. It's not a bad style. It works, and I do like it. I like the way a lot of the characters look, but there are a few characters that I just think they look better in the OG Oblivion. There are some Argonian characters that I remember talking to, especially when we did the whole 100-hour Let's Play last year of the original Oblivion. When they like talk to you and they're reacting and their eyes get real wide, it looks a little bit funnier in the OG, but also I just kind of miss that. But I still like the designs. So I like the character models. I like the voice acting. I like everything. So there's really nothing I've come across that I hate. And I haven't even done everything. Like, I haven't played every quest, obviously. I haven't been to every part of the game yet. But I keep seeing clips of these people leaving in so much shit. Like, stuff I wouldn't even think that they would leave in. I, like, accepted that they were going to remove from the game. They just left it in. So, the voice acting mistakes, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the clips. They left those in. They've left all of them. They even left the developer room where it's that famous like Todd Howard NPC where it's him doing the voice line testing for the different like moods. They remade that character and they left it in, and that's something you can only get to with console commands. Like, that alone should show you that these people that remastered this at Virtuos Studios, they went above and beyond with this remaster to the point to where it's shit that I was completely convinced they were going to just take out. Not only did they leave it in, they gave it a new paint of polish. Like, it's crazy how much love and affection obviously went into this. And it's funny because a lot of people were completely trying to spin the narrative that this was going to be like a soulless remake or remaster if it was real. And then there are a lot of people saying that it wasn't going to happen. And then the amount of people that I saw on like Twitter or X or whatever that were saying it's not real, and if it is real, they're not going to shadow drop it. They would never do that. There are people that are big in the gaming industry, whether they're journalists or they're YouTubers or whatever. They're just all wrong, which is kind of funny. I like it when people who are just so like full of themselves or, you know, they're just kind of pompous. I like it when they're proven wrong. It just kind of makes me feel better about myself because I'm a piece of shit. But it makes me happy. It makes me happy that this is actually a remaster that was made with love and affection. And the fact that it was $50, which I was convinced it was going to be $70. I think everybody thought it was going to be $70. People who were the most optimistic about this type of remaster were still expecting it to be at least $60. And the fact that it's $50, and the fact that it's on Game Pass, so even if you don't want to spend $50, you don't have to. It's great, dude. This is like an absolute win. And so many people that got to play Oblivion as kids can play this version, and like myself, just kind of tap into that nostalgia, but in like a different way. Like, I played through Oblivion last year here on the channel. You can watch the entire playthrough. It's probably one of my favorite times playing a video game ever. You can watch the entire thing, over 100 hours. And even though during that playthrough, I did have tons of moments of nostalgia and getting that, you know, that feeling of playing Oblivion and the fantasy and the wonder that Oblivion has, the excitement that it gives you, this version, this remastered version, doesn't just give me that, it gives me more. Because it feels different enough because of the small changes, but it still has all the same spirit of the original. I don't know, man. I'm speechless in a lot of ways when I think about it. And everyone I've talked about who's either grew up playing with Oblivion and is playing the remaster, they all love it. And the amount of people I know who are playing it for the first time, like all of my friends, pretty much none of them have beaten Oblivion. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like almost, they've either never played it or they've never beaten it or they didn't get that far. Every single one of them that's playing it is like obsessed with it. They're all like, I'm gonna beat it this time, or I can't believe I didn't play this before. I have a friend who, he hasn't gotten it yet. He's waiting just a little bit longer, but he's excited to play it. He like wants to play it, and he's never felt that way about an Elder Scrolls game. He played a little bit of Skyrim, but not a lot. So this is a great moment. This is a win for the fans. It's a win for the new fans because people who never got to experience this version of Elder Scrolls is getting a chance to do so in a new way. And then the old fans are getting something that obviously was made with respect and love for the original title. And Bethesda as a whole, even though they weren't solely responsible for this remaster, you have to give credit where credit is due. They picked Virtuos Studios to make this. They picked the people to work with this, and they trusted them. They gave them the reins to one of their biggest successes ever, and that was their decision at the beginning to make that. And some people would say, oh, it's not theirs, it's Xbox or whatever. No, I mean, Xbox wants them to make a remaster, but they didn't force Bethesda to pick this studio to do the remaster. You see what I'm saying? So even at the very beginning, picking this studio, which obviously, if you watch the documentary, like a bunch of people, they made like a documentary kind of when they revealed the game, and they interviewed people at the studio. There's one guy who talks about how he has over 10,000 hours in the OG Oblivion, and he's so excited to work on the remaster. And it's like, all right, even if Bethesda isn't solely responsible for this, they made all the right decisions. A lot of people have this idea that they were purposely leaking information as a marketing tactic. So who gives a shit? I don't care at this point. I don't care if it was real leaks or if it was Todd Howard just sending random emails to people pretending to be somebody else. I don't give a fuck if it was him wearing a wig or whatever. It was a good idea. It was the right idea. They spent like basically no marketing, and it was like the top selling game on Steam. They underpriced it because nobody was expecting it to be $50, and then it turns out to be good. And yeah, it has some technical issues, and yeah, not everybody can run it well. Even people with insanely overpowered PCs are having issues. That's just Unreal Engine 5 for you. Like, it just has a lot of problems, but those problems can be fixed. A lot of the things that are wrong with the remaster are stuff that will be fixed and can be fixed, and in my opinion, there isn't any game-breaking bugs. For me, and for a lot of other people, like, you're still getting a game that it might have some performance issues and some, things here and there, but like the bugs that are in the game and the things that happen, that's stuff that the original had. It has the same physics and the same, it's crazy to me. So I'm just completely happy. And I've been seeing so many people talk about how this week is crazy because everybody's playing Oblivion Remastered, and then in theaters, Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith is coming out. So it's literally, we're back in early, mid-2000s. It's true, like, we're back. The two biggest things that are happening right now are things that are 20 years old, pretty much. Just, they came back around. And it just goes to show that how good Oblivion really is. They changed the little things with the animations. They added like hit reactions in the combat. The combat actually, in my opinion, is really good. I like Oblivion's combat. I know it's a little floaty, but this version of it, I think, is peak. I think it's perfect for the style of game that it is. And it's incredible that they redid the audio. Like, the audio for walking through the wilderness is so beautiful. Like, the mixing, there's a YouTuber who, his whole channel is, he talks about video game sound effects, and he actually makes sound effects for video games. He did, like, a bunch of sound effects for the Just Cause games. And he did a comparison of the original Oblivion to the remaster on just the sound mixing and the design. It's so good. The effects they're using and the reverb and the atmosphere. That's one of my favorite parts, is just walking around the world and just listening to the ambience and the sound of the nature and just the music. And the fact that they left the music in, oh man, it's Jeremy Soule. I understand there's a lot of like complicated history with him, but he's a master at what he does. For sure. And the fact that they left his OST in the game, I mean, they had to, but the fact that they actually did it, the fact that they actually made every decision that they did make, it shows at least that Bethesda is paying attention, because everything that they're pretty much doing with this remaster was things that fans wanted. And the changes that they made to like the UI, like the inventory changes, are awesome. The fact that the character creator is even more crazy now and you can make even more fucked up shit than you could in the original. The fact that they added like more changes to the, you can choose a background now. The fact that on the map you can zoom in and out. Like, there's more quality of life changes, like stuff that you would mod in. You don't have to do it anymore. And even though, like I said, my computer is running this shit on like medium settings, it looks so good. Like, this game looks fucking amazing. Yeah, the characters look a little goofy, but that's awesome. I love the fact that they made it goofy. I love the fact that the running animation looks weird. Dude, that's character, bro. That is awesome. That makes me love this even more than I thought I would. And the graphics, like when you're in first person and like there's moments where I'm just like walking around like Mage Guild like buildings or whatever, and you see like the lighting through the windows, or like it's raining outside, or the city streets, or the night sky. They added the aurora next to the border by Skyrim, which wasn't in the original, and like dude, it's so beautiful, man. I can't believe how good this remastered is. And obviously at this point I'm guessing they're gonna just do this with every other Elder Scrolls game and Fallout game or whatever, because if they're just getting another studio to do it, that makes sense. I don't know if those are going to be as good as this, but the fact that the Oblivion Remaster is this good, that just makes me happy. And so all I can do is tell you, if you have any interest in playing this and if you've never played it before, do it. Even if you can play it on medium settings, do it. Like, it's at the point to where I like it so much that I'm getting ideas while I'm playing it to make different characters just for role-playing as those types of characters. Like, I was playing a little bit earlier and I was thinking, what if I made a character where all he did was alchemy? And that was my whole thing, is I just run around and collect herbs and ingredients, and I'm an alchemist, and I make potions and I sell them, and I was like, I'll do that. I'll make a character. Like, I wasn't even like actively thinking that. That was just an idea that popped in my head, and it was just so appealing to me because that's how good it is. That's how good this game feels to play, is it actually makes you want to role play, not only as one character, but several. And that just goes to show that Oblivion's world, the atmosphere, and the soul that it has is in this. It's in the remaster. And not only is it in the remaster, it's bringing something new to the table with the graphics, with the changes in the mechanics, with the leveling changes. I was kind of worried that I wasn't gonna like the leveling changes, but they're good. It's a change enough to where if they kept the same system that they have here for Elder Scrolls 6, I would fucking love it. Like, honestly, the fact that they mixed Skyrim's progression system with Oblivion's, and they did it in a way that was just, it just seems so perfect at this point. I think they should keep this, to be honest. I think Elder Scrolls 6 should use this exact system. I mean, like, yeah, like, I feel like this was a big test for Bethesda for seeing how they could work with Unreal Engine 5, how they could improve the leveling system to where it's not as, like, bare bones as Skyrim was, but it's not as, like, over the top as Morrowind's or complicated as Oblivion, because Oblivion is like, if you didn't have like a stat sheet or whatever, and if you kept leveling up, it would get pretty crazy and you would just get fucked. But this is a good middle ground. It's a good alternative, and I think it's good enough to where I would love to see it in all future Elder Scrolls games. And so Bethesda did a good job. They did. The fact that they didn't do any marketing and they were just like, here's a live stream. The fact that they chose the right studio that obviously had people that were working at the studio that gave a fuck about Oblivion, they made all the right decisions. So you gotta give credit where credit's due. Bethesda, if you're taking the W, you know, you guys are gonna make a lot of money off of this. You're gonna make a lot of people happy. You're pissing off all the right streamers for sucking ass with the lockpicking, and it makes me so joyful to see them get mad at lockpicking, because this is great. So the Oblivion Remaster, as far as I can tell, is a 10 out of 10. And I just kind of wanted to talk about it and kind of give like a first impressions on it so far. I might make other videos kind of like this where I talk about different aspects of it as well, because I feel like this is a good time to make Oblivion content. And I love Oblivion. You love Oblivion. We're all here. Might as well. But other than that, like, what do you guys think? Have you played the Oblivion Remaster? Do you want to play it? Do you like it? Do you like the changes they made? Do you not like them? What do you think about it? Are you hopeful for the new Elder Scrolls 6? Because I was kind of black-pilled on it, but to be honest, I kind of have, like, hope for the next game. I really do. And I wasn't thinking that was ever going to happen. So is that happening to you? Are you kind of having a change of heart? You know, let me know. I love it when we have these conversations. I love it when we talk. I know it's been a minute since I made a video like this, but thank you all so much for watching this. Thank you for all the support and the love. Be sure to share this video with your friends, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. And in the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your night, and I will see you all later.